This boyfriend murdered his girlfriend's whole family, and the story behind this horrendous act will leave you in utter disbelief. On the 17th of September, officers in Romeoville received a call from a concerned mother who expressed her worry over the sudden and unsettling silence from her daughter and the entire family. Meet 32-year-old Nathaniel Huey Jr., the man who delivered the life of his girlfriend, Zoraida Bartolomei, her husband, 32-year-old Alberto Rolon, their sons, 9-year-old Adriel and 7-year-old Diego, and even the family dogs to the cold hands of death. Why did he do this? Was this a jealous lover's case or a love gone sour situation? Well, the quick answer is yes, but that's not all there is to it. Let me give you a quick background story. You see, Huey Jr. owned a security company. He and Bartolomei met while working at an engineering company in Glendale Heights. The two kicked things off and developed a romantic interest in each other, one that they kept secret until Rolon, Bartolomei's husband, found out about the affair and even damaged the tires of Huey Jr.'s vehicle as an act of retaliation to this betrayal. And this marked the beginning of the end of Zoraida Bartolomei, Alberto Rolon, and their sons. Because on September 17th, during a welfare check prompted by Zoraida's mom's distress call earlier that day, officers uncovered the most disturbing scene imaginable, along with evidence linking the murders to Nathaniel Huey Jr. This is body cam footage from one of the officers who arrived at Rolon and Zoraida's residence around 9 p.m. on September 17th. When officers got to Zoraida's residence, it seemed empty until they peeped through one of the windows and saw a TV and a coffee table knocked over.
Hey, I got a TV knocked over and a coffee table knocked over.
And that was when they knew something bad had happened there. So they looked around the house, and then they found the two dogs lying lifeless on the kitchen floor.
Oh God. Dogs are dead. 2 dead dogs.
I need more units here.
The officer immediately called for backup and implored other officers to make their way into the apartment from the back door that was left open.
No worries, I'm gonna force entry to the back. I got enough units here, we're gonna get going.
You two going in back?
You with me. You guys hold the front, okay? From a position of cover, please. I don't know if anybody's in there or not.
You got another door right here.
Hey, you know what, hey, one of you guys holding this one of you guys holding the front.
There were no other side doors, right?
No, not that I know of. Hey, Ron.
Yep.
Here's what we're gonna do, okay? I'm gonna boot it. We're gonna go nice and slow, all right? Drake, you stay behind me. Hey, no, you're behind me, okay?
To the left, there's a second dead dog.
You stay in the back of the stack. You watch our 6 as we move through the house, okay? Corey, come up here, cover this door, this window.
Got it.
This lights is dead.
Christian, here.
Here, why don't you
No, I got one.
check the door.
Here, cover the window. What do you see, Corey? Boom, move up.
$3.99, I'm 23. Okay, nothing. Move it up.
How many dead dogs you got?
We got 1 dead dog right here. We got a second dead dog over to the left.
To the floor. All right, watch out. Watch out.
Hey, why don't you check the door handle first before we get to
Here. Stand by. Door's open. All right. Hold on.
When they got in, they found the lifeless body of Rolon, and then the body of Zoraida and her 2 kids right beside her. At the crime scene, they got the phones of Rolon and Zoraida, using them as evidence to trace texts and calls that could lead them to the suspect. And everything they found led them to Nathaniel Huey Jr. So on the 18th of September, they visited Nathaniel at his place of work.
So have you ever, you guys worked here together for how long?
Like about a year.
About a year together? Okay.
Yeah. But like we kind of like had like a relationship for like, I don't know, like since May.
Okay. All right. So were you guys still like talking about, you know, possibly moving forward, or did you guys call it off, or what happened?
No, like we.
As detectives tried to understand the dynamic of their relationship, Nathaniel remained calm and cooperative. Later on, they brought up Nathaniel's relationship with Palomo, his 50-year-old fiancée.
Are you married?
Well, like, yeah, but not paper. Like, I mean, like, I don't know how to explain it, but like, yes, but like, we're not didn't go to court, they're like, you know, officially.
So like church married, but not paper married?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you still with her or no?
Yeah.
Okay. So I understand. I mean, we're married. I understand why you want to keep it on the down low. So
Yeah.
we're just trying to figure out.
It's not like she's like a bad girl, it's just that, you know, like, I don't know, just kind of get close and connect.
All right. What kind of car do you drive? Denali, like a SUV.
Yeah.
Okay.
That one.
Now, this is when Nathaniel stopped being honest and began slipping in some lies during the interrogation.
Her wife, or whatever. Do you call her your wife or your girlfriend? Does she have any idea of anything going on? No. Okay.
Not at all.
And we already asked you if you had any contact with him, but has she ever told you like she thinks he's onto you guys or anything?
No, she always said like he was real chill. But he just fucking, I don't know what he played, but like he had the computer just playing around and shit.
Yeah, he wouldn't pay attention. But like he never came up here to see you or threaten you or anything like that?
No.
So you talked to her Thursday through what, text or Snapchat?
No, just up here.
Oh, up here. Okay.
That right there was a lie. Rolon knew about the secret affair going on between Nathaniel and Zoraida. He had also confronted Nathaniel once and slashed his tires. But you see, that's not the only lie Nathaniel told. Before we continue, if you're enjoying this video so far, please show your love and support by hitting the like and subscribe button. Thank you. Back to the video. The detectives asked Nathaniel if Palomo knew what was going on, and he said no. But you'll find out soon why this is a lie, because Palomo is anything but innocent in this case. The interrogation continued, and detectives tried to find out if Nathaniel had a reason to harm Zoraida and her family, but he denied it.
You know, too, also when you leave this room, we're not telling your work anything. It's none of their business. This is our conversation, so it's up to you whatever you want to tell them. Obviously, we talk to her family, we talk to friends and stuff, hence why we're here, and that's why we're sitting in this room talking to you. And, like, I got to ask, do you have anything to do with this? Okay. You know I have to ask, and you know that your number is going to be in her phone, and we're going to find your text messages, and we're going to find that stuff, and I want to get a surprise later on that you guys are fighting, or that there was something going on between you two, or the three of you that I don't know about, you know? Nothing like that?
Nobody was threatening anybody. We weren't fighting. Like, really, she was like fucking angel, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, and like I said, we you know, this is so new to us, investigation-wise. We have tons of videos to go through, and license plates, readers, and like text messages, Snapchat messages, and all that stuff. So it's so in the beginning of this investigation that we're just kind of reaching out to talk to all her family, friends, and everybody like that. And that's why we're here talking to you. And I just don't, I mean, in your head, if you could think of something like, oh, you guys should know about this, it's the time to tell us now before we find it later on, in the computer, or we find it in a phone message or something.
No, I didn't really know a whole lot about her life. I haven't even met a kid. You know what I'm saying? So we're just kind of just trying to.
After about 20 minutes of attempting to gather all the information they could legally extract from Nathaniel, the detectives informed him about the possibility of a polygraph test.
Stay in touch with you. I'd ask, a couple more questions. Might be a little hard for you, but are you willing to take a polygraph test if ever needed?
I guess. No.
And then DNA, swab in your mouth if needed. I'm asking this stuff now. I mean, we again, these are one of those things where if in the future we needed it, I could go to a judge and say, this is why I believe I need it and get a warrant for it. But I always ask people. I ask people straight up, right? Because, most people ain't got on the high are like, yeah.
No, yeah, I mean, I never, this is just some shit that I
never thought of. I doubt you'd be in the middle of that, exactly. But you can see how, you're not the only person we're going to talk to, and we're going to talk to lots of people, and we're going to talk to lots of family members, and we're going to talk to neighbors, and talk to a ton of people. But we're starting off with the people closest to her, and we're here. That's why we're here talking to you, her family and you. And so I ask these questions because, later on, if we are able to come up with a DNA sample of something, I am going to ask everybody who she knows if they were willing to give up a DNA swab so that I can eliminate them right away. If I eliminate you right away, we don't have to keep coming down here bothering you. I don't have to bother you at home. We're done with you. We don't have to call you anymore. Stuff like that.
Unlike many murderers, Nathaniel didn't try to convince the detectives with exaggerated emotions or fabricated stories. He calmly answered their questions and maintained his composure. However, his demeanor changed after the first stage of interrogation when the detectives informed him that they had managed to retrieve more text messages from Zoraida's phone, but needed his phone to perform a complete data extraction to uncover the truth.
Hold on a second. So we were talking with the bosses, and they said, well, we already went through phones. They already got one half of the conversation. And you said you talked to her on your phone, right? Okay. So what we'd like, or what we're asking for, is consent to get the text messages off your phone between you and her, to Snapchat or whatever it is between you, so we have both sides of it. We're trying to eliminate you as a suspect, but...
Go on the computer, right? You can get it out of the computer.
No, we have to take the phone, we plug it in, we take it out, and then we give your phone back.
Oh, I didn't have anything in there.
That's even better. No, I believe you, but... Well, yeah, I mean, just let me see it. But, I mean, I believe you, it's just the problem is that
this is all I have right there for her. I didn't have anything back.
Oh, this from this morning?
Yeah. Everything else, so you have to grab it from the computer.
Well, I mean, it would be on there. It would be on your phone. You can't. Still in the thing. In the catch.
When you delete stuff, it's never actually.
So let's just say you have like a 64 gig phone. You use about 58 of it. The rest is a catch. It stays in the catch. And why I asked is the bosses called right away. They were like, well, they're like, we'd like to see if we can get the stuff, from your end back that way, and see if maybe maybe your husband got wind of it and pulled it off or something. So we just want to take a look. I mean, on our side of it, we can get a search warrant, to go through the phone, and it's take a little longer. But on the fastest way would be consent, pull it off, and give your phone back. Than it would be to, and again, I explained to you earlier, I'm trying to eliminate you.
Yeah.
I mean, we have a deceased girl, and her last fling or boyfriend or whatever is you, and I'm sure that if you're an outsider looking in, who's your suspect? I mean, And so I'd like to eliminate that. I'd like to say, well, no, we looked through stuff. He didn't have nothing to do with it. We're done with it.
I guess I'd rather you guys just go on the computer.
I agree with you, but again, there's it would take us, you know, a couple hours to pull information off the phone that could eliminate you as a suspect, like right from the start. It's up to you.
It feels like you're pretty suspecting of me.
Well, I mean, I'm not joking with you. We anytime somebody dies, you look at the husband, the boyfriend. If it's a girl, if it's a guy, you look at his wife and any kind of lovers he had, and that's what we look at. We start there. And then this person was at work, so we eliminate that. This person was, you know, we went through the phone. There's nothing between those two, no threats, no, I mean, you're telling us there's no threats, but I can't go to, you know, to our bosses, I can't go to a state attorney and say, no, I verified it, there's no threats. I have to, if I can verify and say, no, I went through the phone, there's no threats, they seemed to be good together, there was no threats, there was no animosity between the two of them, there was no fighting, there was none of that stuff. Eliminate it.
The detectives continued trying to persuade Huey Jr. to hand over his phone to complete a crucial part of their investigation, but he remained adamant. This only heightened their already growing suspicions. Huey later suggested giving them his phone at a later time. You could easily tell he was buying himself some time to delete messages and applications, or maybe get rid of the phone entirely.
How about this? How about I come see you guys later today after work or something like that? Because I got fucking other shit in there that I don't necessarily want you to be like looking at. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. But again,
And I promise you, I don't care what you look at.
No, it's not like fucking like freak shit like that or anything like that. Just
well, I'm saying even if we, yeah, I mean, if you, again, well, I'm asking for consent. The consent means that we plug it right in, we dump it because you've told us it's okay. Without that, then we have to get a search warrant. If we get a search warrant, then we have to type that up, and it's gonna take longer.
I can bring it down to you guys, and you can dump it all you want to. We're cool with that.
We'll be there. The address is on the card.
Well, let me step out.
There right after work.
Yeah.
The officers didn't have enough evidence to take his phone without his consent, so they agreed. They left him alone, took a swab test, and hoped that he would drop the phone off at his convenience.
I'm gonna take, these are just like sterile cotton swabs, and I was gonna rub the inside of your cheek. You see it's never been opened before or anything like that. All right, just open it up for me. Just keep it open. All right.
So there's just a couple more questions, and hopefully we can. What's your Snapchat? Or the one you talked about?
And this is where things got even more interesting. Later that day, detectives visited Nathaniel and Palomo, his lover of 8 years, at their residence.
Right.
Well, the dogs are all around, so...
Oh yeah, but we're out front or in the house in the backyard, right? I'm not saying go in. I'm not saying go in the house, but we can talk with you out over here. If you're okay with that, we can go over by my car if you'd like.
Let me get my jacket.
Okay. Sure. Thank you.
Oh!
Talk with Detective Ryan and get everything situated that he needed to talk to you with.
I don't still have to go over there.
No, I don't know if he told you not to. Okay. How many dogs you guys have? Four. They're yours? Both of yours? They friendly?
Probably not.
We'll hang out.
Closing that door.
Yeah. I've been bit a few times by dogs, so just asking.
Is it beautiful?
Yeah.
Oh!
I've ever sit in the front seat.
Yeah. Okay. You said we could sit in the car.
Are you comfortable talking here?
Why don't we go in the car?
We can go in the car. You're an adult.
None of the neighbors are gonna.
Palomo denied knowing anything about the murder, and officers believed her. At this point, all they knew was that Nathaniel Huey and Zoraida Bartolomei had an affair. Palomo wasn't a suspect at the time. What they found on Zoraida and Roland's phone didn't lead them to her, but they led them to Nathaniel. Officers believed that she was in fact an abduction victim or a victim of some sort. So they protected her and tried to get her to talk, away from their apartment where Nathaniel couldn't hear their conversation.
If we drive down the street, if he comes out, he's probably going to tell you to go back inside. Are you going to do that, or what do you want to do?
Well, you guys obviously have me. You can't really say much, right?
Well, it's what we want to talk to you alone, separate from him. That's what we're
I want
trying
to make
to
sure
do.
that you're safe.
Okay, can we go by the park?
Sure.
Yeah. Down that way? Okay. Do you want to... What I'm going to do is I'm just going to document mileage and stuff. Okay? And everything's... We got body cams on? Just tell me where we're going. You want to text?
Yeah.
Awesome. It's alright.
It's not all right.
Once they got to a safe place, Palomo
Sunnydale
began
Park.
narrating
Okay.
a story that wasn't true to the officers.
Okay.
Since probably 2015.
Okay. Why are you scared of him?
Oh, I'm not scared. Well,
Okay. Why are you scared right now?
because when I called him, because I was scared, I didn't know where he was.
Okay.
He said, someone's following me.
Okay.
So I called and I called. And then I heard him say, why are you following me? Do you want to search the car? And then someone said to him, there are messages from you, and it's because her husband found out you were having an affair. And I didn't know that
You didn't know what?
he was having an affair.
Okay.
When did you find that out? Right now?
Just right now.
Okay. When's the last time that he had an affair? Because I know this is not the first time.
No, it's not.
Okay. When's the last time you knew he had an affair?
When we first started dating.
2015?
2015 to maybe 17. You know what? His son was born and he said, I'm not having any more affairs. I'm not cheating on you.
Okay.
Stupidly.
Okay.
Do I know if he stopped? No, I don't know.
Without sufficient evidence at the time, Nathaniel Huey and Ermalinda Palomo were allowed to walk and move freely. However, the messages police found on Nathaniel's phone later proved that both Nathaniel and Ermalinda were guilty. Nathaniel for murder and Ermalinda for manipulating him and plotting the murder of Zoraida. Palomo created multiple personas, texting Nathaniel in an attempt to convince him that he was part of a Mexican and Bulgarian criminal organization. It is unclear how Nathaniel fell for this, but I guess knowing him for 8 years means knowing details that could easily fool him into believing that he was part of a drug cartel. After convincing him that he was part of a drug cartel, she moved on with the next phase of her plan. The next step was deceiving Nathaniel that there was a mole planning to attack him, and this mole was Bartolomei. And on the 16th of September 2023 at around 3:17 a.m., Palomo drove Nathaniel to Bartolomei's residence, where he shoots the 2 dogs in the kitchen, makes his way to the living room, and puts a bullet through the head of Roland. Further investigation also showed text messages that proved that the two had planned to toss things around, like the TV and coffee table, to make it seem like it was a break-in. There was also spray paints on the wall to throw investigators off by creating the appearance of kids committing a senseless crime. Detectives also uncovered text messages between Nathaniel and the drug cartel leader character, where they expressed concern over Nathaniel forgetting to take the phones from Bartolomei and Rolon. These phones, belonging to the deceased, provided crucial evidence that ultimately made Nathaniel a suspect. On the 20th of September 2023, Ermalinda's family reported to the police that she was missing. The couple knew they were suspects in an ongoing murder case, so they began to plan their escape. Nathaniel had also called his mom to confess that he was responsible for the murder of Zoraida Bartolomei. And so the search for the two suspects began. It wasn't long before they found the two shopping at a Walmart store in Catoosa, Oklahoma. CCTV footage shows Nathaniel and Ermalinda going about their day and looking free of guilt. As they were approaching their GMC Yukon, Captain Jennifer Swarer activated her emergency lights, ready to investigate the suspects. Hearing the siren and the flashing lights, the two decided to speed off.
Car's on fire! Get out of the car! What's your background? Get out of the vehicle! Get out! There you go. Yep. Vehicle in.
Unfortunately, they hit another vehicle and crashed into a concrete median. The vehicle caught on fire. The police tried to save both their lives, but Huey had other plans. Captain Swarer heard two gunshots. Nathaniel had shot Palomo in the back of her head, then turned the gun on himself, firing twice, once under his chin, and the second, a fatal shot directly into his head. Palomo survived the gunshot, but not for long. She died at St. Francis Hospital, where she had been transported for treatment. And so, the investigation came to an end. The victims and their murderers were all dead. While many believe there's no fate worse than death, can it be said that the demise of the murderers brought closure to Rolon and Zoraida's families? Did the victims truly receive justice? Why did Nathaniel shoot Palomo and then himself? These questions remain unanswered, and perhaps always will. Now you know about this, you're going to need to know about this next one.